All right, welcome. This is week 30th for IM2 homework solution. Here we have Wednesday, February the 26th. Asked here to find us the vertex and the axis of symmetry. We should already know what the formula is for these. We know that these are all in our favorite format. This is all in vertex form, where the vertex is just defined by your HK, and your axis of symmetry is an equation. Axis of symmetry is our equation where x is equal to h, right? Okay, we should know that from the first test. All right, so let's go over it. Here we know that your we know that the let's just zoom in. Okay, let's just grab this just in case, right? Okay, drop that right in here for us to work with, right? So, vertex. Well, what is my vertex here? Okay, my vertex was what? So let's make that blue. Vertex was H is my, do I see a vertex? So that is equal to what is my H? My H, I write the opposite of it, so it becomes a plus 3. I don't write the plus 3, just 3. My K just becomes 0. Where's that 0? You don't see it, but there is a plus 0 here. They just don't write it. So the vertex here is 3, comma 0. So your axis of symmetry would be axis of symmetry is x is equal to 3. Okay, there you go. Alright, so I'm going to grab this again. Put it for number 2. Let's do it for number 2. Vertex. What is my vertex? My vertex here is equal to h. So my h is 3. Nope, it has to be the opposite. So it's negative 3. And my k is 5. There you go. And my axis of symmetry. Symmetry is x is equal to negative 3. Okay, good. When we write the h, it's the opposite of vertex of it, and k is written as the same. Okay. Here we can again get the vertex and the axis of symmetry for our template. Okay, vertex is equal to h, the opposite of it. So it's minus 2, so it's a 2 here, and k is 4. Good. And then from here, the axis of symmetry is x is equal to h is what? Just 4. Okay, a lot of you are freaking out. You think, oh, Mr.S, does this, doesn't the negative 4 do something to it? Blah, blah, blah. Well, here, you want me to, like, make your life easier? I could just show you in Desmos. I mean, you want to see it in Desmos? You can. You want to see it? Here. Watch. This is the original, right? Okay. See how it looks like the x squared original? But now let's see. Minus 4 parentheses, oops, sorry, minus 4 parentheses x minus 2 squared plus 4. See, the vertex is still 2, 4. Nothing happens, right? The negative 4 doesn't do anything, right? The vertex doesn't do anything. That A in front doesn't do anything to the vertex, you see? The vertex stays the same. Everything else changes, look. Okay? What about this one? Alright. So here you would write vertex is equal to, so it's -1, so we write 1. The k is 5, so that would be our vertex. And our axis of symmetry is just our h, so x is equal to, what is our h? Just 1. Okay, there you go. That's your axis of symmetry. Okay, good. Now, the big one. What happens when it's like these? All right, this is not in this format. These are different. This is in something called your quadratic equation format. Okay, standard form of the standard form basically. Okay, it's not, doesn't look like this. This is called vertex form. Why? Because we could get our vertex very easily. Okay, in here it looks something different. Okay, it looks something more like from, I'm just going to grab these from the notes for you, okay? Because you need to know what the vertex are. So give me 1 second here to grab that for you. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. Right. So it looks like this: ax squared plus bx squared plus c. Okay. This is the standard form. All right. So to get a couple of things, we know that the axis of symmetry is defined by negative b over 2a. You just have to have that memorized. Okay, and you know the vertex is going to be once you plug it in, you can get a value for it. All right, so keep this in mind. All right, and we're going to do it, so don't freak out. Okay, so let's zoom this in. Let's do 5 here. Where's my pen? All right. So a couple of things that we have to extract. A is the number in front. So A is the number in front, which is just 1. B is the number in front of the x, which is 2. And C is equal to this number, which is the constant 1. Okay? So we know the equation of the, let's find the axis of symmetry first. Axis of symmetry. We know that is defined by x is equal to negative b, which is -2, all over 2a. So 2 and a is 1 here, right? Because again, the formula for the axis of symmetry, the formula for that is x is equal to negative b divided by 2a. Okay, that's how I got that. So this is equal to -2 over 2, which is just equal to -1. So x equals to -1. Good. So now we want to plug it in here. So so we want to find out y, right? We can just plug it in here. So f of 1, okay, just plug this in wherever you, okay, so this is the original equation. F of x is equal to this. All right. Now I'm going to plug in the -1. Okay. I'm going to plug in the -1 here. So wherever you see x, you plug in the -1. -1 goes in there. Close this. Plus 2 parentheses plus 1. Where the x is, you put a 1. Okay. So 1 squared is just 1, plus 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1. This becomes a 4. So the f of -1 is equal to 4. Right? So this is the output, is equal to 4. So your vertex is equal to f and then f of x, right? So x is going to be equal to -1. That's your input, and your output is what? 4. Okay, some of you are like, how do I know that is true? Well, you could always check it in Desmos. Okay, so we have Desmos here. Okay, let me graph that for you. Okay, so x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, uh, vertex. Was I right with the vertex? Wait, was I right with the vertex or was I wrong? Oh, the -1 was correct. This was wrong. This was wrong though. The output was wrong. So let me double check it. Oh, haha. So this was a -1. This would be a -2. So yep, I was so wrong. Okay. This was a 0. Right? Once you plug it in, 1 plus -2 plus 1 is a 0. So this should be a 0. Okay, good. We can use Desmos tools, double check ourselves. We're gonna be good. Yay, good job. Okay, so all right, so you can just write here. Let me just grab this right here. What the vertex is? The vertex is that. Okay, vertex is that. Axis of symmetry is this. Okay. Oh, let's go back where that was. Okay. So I'm gonna need this to do the other ones. Okay. So, all right, number 6. Okay. So just leave that up there. So for reference. Okay. So we need to know a couple of things. What is our a? Our a is in front of the x squared term, so it's 3. The b here is in front, is 6. Wrong. It's the whole term, so it's -6. Okay. It's the whole term. And we know c is equal to 4. Useless though. Okay, so let's get the axis of symmetry. X is equal to negative what? Okay, over 2a. Okay, what is negative b? What is the b? -6. What is the a? 3. Simplify. -1 times -6 gets you +6. 2 times 3 is just a 6. X equals to what? 1. Now we can plug it back in to its vertex form. So again, now we plug it into vertex form. So write vertex. Write just the equation. F of x is equal to 3x squared minus 6x plus 4. Now you want to plug in, right? Wherever you see the x. So I'm just writing it now, but everywhere I just write the parentheses because I do not know what x is, but I know x equals to 1 here. So x equals to 1, so x equals to 1, x equals to 1. Okay, now I can simplify. F of 1 is equal to 3 times 1 squared, so this becomes 1 squared becomes 1 times 3 is 3. Minus 6 plus 4. 3 minus 6 is what? -3 plus 4. F of 1, so f of 1 should be equal to 1. So my vertex is, okay, x comma f of x. So x is 1, f of x is 1. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, so let me just write 3 minus 6 plus 4. Am I right? Yep, 1, 1. Let's zoom in here. 1, 1. Okay, good. Again, I'm going to grab this information because it's useful. Bring it over here and do 7. Okay. Just move this over a little bit more. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to move the 8 over for the next problem anyways. Alright, so let's do it. A is equal to what? -4. B is equal to the term in front, so that is 8. And C is going to be equal to 2. Okay, plug it in. x is equal to negative b, parentheses, right? So I don't know what b is. Divide by 2, I don't know what the a is. So b was 8, so I plug in 8 here. Red is a, negative 4. Okay. Simplify. Becomes negative 8 divided by negative 8. Oh my god, do all these become, this becomes negative 1. So x equals to negative 1. Oh, that's so much easy. Okay. Um, wow, I picked some easy problems for you to do. So now we want to find the vertex form, right? So let's write f of x is equal to, that's what f of x is for this problem, negative 4x squared plus 8x plus 2. Wherever I see x, right? I don't know, so I put just the parentheses, right? And I know that x is equal to what here? Negative 1. So negative 1, negative 1. Okay. Now we can simplify. F of negative 1 is equal to negative 4 times negative 1 just becomes a 4 plus 8 times negative 1 becomes a what? Negative 8 plus 2. Okay. 4 plus negative 8 plus 2 becomes negative 2. So I'm saying the vertex here is what? X is negative 1, vertex is negative 2. Let's see if that's correct by grabbing Desmos. Right? Negative 4x squared plus 8x plus 2. Am I right? Oh no, I'm wrong. It's plus 6. Something's wrong with the way I added here. Something's wrong here. The vertex here should be a positive 1. Oh, I'm so stupid. Look. Negative 8 times divided by negative 8 should be a plus 1. So this should be a plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So, let's see. Made a mistake. Okay. So this became a negative 4 because, right, because this becomes a 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Then negative 4 plus 6 plus 2 is negative, no, then that becomes a positive 6. So this is wrong. This becomes a positive 6. Yay! Woo! See, Desmos should always be there to check your work, not do your work for you. Okay, so don't cheat, people. Okay, here you go. Let's just grab that. So we need to know a couple of things. Okay, technically what this looks like really looks like this. You don't see it, but it's negative x squared plus 0x minus 1. Okay, I just wrote what the missing term was. Alright, so here let's just extract our information. So a is what? A is equal to negative 1. B is equal to 0. And C was equal to our negative 1. Okay, plug it into our axis of symmetry. X is equal to negative b divided by 2a. Negative b was 0. A was what? Negative 1. Is this right? Something looks wrong here. 0 divided by anything, isn't that just 0? What? Really? Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Let me just finish the problem. Then let's get the vertex. So let's just write down what f of x is. That's just so interesting. So don't know what x is. Put in parentheses for wherever you see x. In this case, x was equal to 0. So this became 0. So f of 0 in this case was this became 0 minus 1. So your vertex is 0 comma negative 1. And your axis of symmetry was that. So let's see if it's right. Let's just throw that into Desmos. Negative x squared minus 1. Oh wow, it does. 0 comma negative 1. 0 comma negative 1. That is very interesting. That is what happens when you don't have that x term, right? So, cool. There you go. That's it. That's all your solutions for this is for what, Wednesday, February the 26th.